An international consortium of companies, including Royal Dutch Shell, Eni, Chevron, LUKOIL and KazMunaiGas, has been developing the Karachaganak oil and gas condensate field for 20 years. 2 decades have passed since the signing of the final production sharing agreement, which is the main document regulating the relationship between Karachaganak Petroleum Operating B.V. and the Republic of Kazakhstan. The record results in many aspects of the company's activity were reached during the last anniversary year, which gave a direction for further growth. The production level reached 146 million barrels of hydrocarbons in oil equivalent. Constant and unchanging priorities of KPO are safety, labour and environmental protection, where a world-class performance has been achieved. Ensuring strict compliance with safety requirements is an absolute priority for the personnel of KPO and the contracting companies. Only those who have passed mandatory training and instruction are allowed to work. This approach has become the norm and proved to bring good results. For example, during the past year, total recordable injury was only 0.15, the lowest ever in the project history. Lost time injury and road traffic incident frequencies were even lower. In general, in 2017, the total number of RTIs has reduced by 36% compared to the previous years.
I'm absolutely convinced that good safety and environmental performance drives good business performance and outcomes. In order to continue achieving good performance and further improve it, it's essential that we adhere to high standards, care for our colleagues, and avoid complacency. We're at an interesting time with our 20-year-old project. There are a number of plateau extension projects being sanctioned, and a larger Karachaganak expansion project is being worked as well. It's our obligation to the Republic of Kazakhstan and our partner companies to deliver these projects safely, on time and within budget. In doing so, we should not forget the important role we play for our communities. We are one of the largest companies in Kazakhstan and a major economic factor for the West Kazakhstan Oblast. This adds to our obligation to be a responsible partner.
Karachaganak is called the main treasure of the West Kazakhstan region. Its development greatly contributes to the growth of local economy. Being a socially responsible company, KPO actively involves local vendors to supply of goods and services, ensuring the industrial and innovative development of the region.
Karachaganak oil and gas condensate field located in West Kazakhstan region is a national-wide heritage. The Karachaganak Petroleum Operating B.V. consortium makes a significant contribution to the industrial development of the region. Over the past 3 years, the share of local content has increased from 47% to 54%. From the date of project commencement, over $340 million have been invested into the implementation of social and infrastructure projects of the region. Millions of investment are invested in the Karachaganak field and at further technical modernization and maintaining a stable level of oil and gas production. New capital expenditures of Karachaganak will create several thousand jobs, ensure orders for our plants and additional tax revenues. Akimat of the region, KPO and its shareholders maintain a continuing dialogue. We are currently living in the times of historical transformation that will make the lives of the people of our region even better. We are ready to continue cooperation with KPO and its shareholders for the benefits of the residents of WKO and Kazakhstan.
The figures best demonstrate the results that have been achieved over the past 2 decades. KPO partners have invested over $23 billion in development of Karachaganak. During the recent history of the field, new industrial facilities which utilize advanced technologies of hydrocarbons production and processing have been put into operation. Today, Karachaganak accounts for 49% of all gas and 16% of all liquid hydrocarbons produced in the Republic of Kazakhstan. The amount of direct payments to the budget of the Republic of Kazakhstan exceeded $15 billion. this is a significant share of the state budget revenues. The government of the Republic of Kazakhstan appointed the PSA authority to represent state interests in the production sharing agreements. KPO's relations with the Republic of Kazakhstan have always been built on the principles of mutual understanding and partnership.
Today, Karachaganak project is one of the best benchmarking projects not only in Kazakhstani oil and gas industry but also in the world. Due to the joint efforts made between authority and Karachaganak consortium in the optimization of the budget, the operational cost indicators per barrel of oil equivalent are the best not only in the country but also in the world. The direct revenues to the Republican budget are made up of Kazakhstani share in profit oil and also other mandatory taxes that are paid by the contractor. In the future, we expect that project will be expanded, bringing further increase in the overall profitability both for contracting companies and for the Republic of Kazakhstan.
The operation of Karachaganak brings in some challenges. The field is one of the largest hydrocarbon reserves and is quite complex from a technical point of view. Half of the total produced gas is re-injected back into the reservoir to ensure rational development and to support the reservoir pressure. In Kazakhstan, this unique technology was first used in Karachaganak. The characteristics of the producing reservoir are changing, which requires new approaches to production processes. Promising plans are to be implemented in the future as well.
Several major projects are being planned now. Karachaganak gas debottlenecking project, installation of the 4th gas reinjection compressor, construction of the 5th trunk line. I hope that all of them will get to final investment decision. Once they are decided, KPO will have to execute them, so new employees will be arriving to take part in their implementation. We need to be adequately prepared for these changes. Any changes are connected with certain difficulties, both in terms of production performance and from HC compliance perspective. The new employees will not necessarily be familiar with our requirements and standards. So, we will have to take efforts to help them to adapt to new requirements. This year will be a transition to a construction phase that needs to be implemented very efficiently.
Over the past 2 decades, KPO has been ensuring and increasing Kazakh content in the project. This strategy applies to all areas and activities. As of last year, the share of local content in the supply of goods, works and services for KPO exceeded 54%, which in monetary terms equaled about $400 million. In general, since the signing of the production sharing agreement in 1997, the share of local content in KPO procurement amounted to $6.5 billion. Today, the Kazakhstan employees of the company make up 95% of professional staff and supervisors and 76% of the management level. The company also significantly invests in training and development of local personnel who will eventually replace foreign specialists. Over the period of 20 years, more than $200 million was invested for these purposes.
With the support of Akimat of West Kazakhstan Oblast and the PSA authority, last few years we've been able to achieve some good results in the local content area. For example, we've been visiting different parts of Kazakhstan in the framework of interregional cooperation. We visited 7 oblasts of Kazakhstan and the cities of Almaty and Astana. Everywhere we visited, we've been able to find potential contractors who can work in Karachaganak project. At the same time, one of our main targets also to establish the consortiums and joint ventures. In this respect, we are successfully cooperating with the Department of International Trade of Great Britain and the Kazakh-Italian Commerce Chamber, and we would like to also establish this kind of cooperation with the trade associations of the Netherlands. In the framework of upcoming Karachaganak expansion projects and also the taking into account the investment preferentials in Kazakhstan, we believe this positive trend will be continued.
Only responsible and disciplined people can work at the field with such complex production conditions. Qualified specialists, modern equipment, and advanced technologies are the key components that have made it possible to minimize the impact of Karachaganak on the environment. The reliable monitoring system ensures operation in harmony with nature. The past year demonstrated impressive results when gas utilization reached 99.92%. This level is a world-class achievement. The volume of gas flaring is reduced to 0.8%. In comparison with the previous year, specific greenhouse gas emissions have been reduced by 4% per unit of hydrocarbon production. All these achievements are the result of a significant reduction in oil and gas flaring during well operations. These results outperform the average international level in the oil industry by 54%. The strategy of Karachaganak partners in the area of environmental protection fully complies with the goals for transition to green economy, which the President Nursultan Nazarbayev nominated as one of the main priorities of the state policy.
The technical innovation we have used as the latest know-how in the industry. They allow us to consistently achieve good results. We have created conditions that ensure safe operation, conservation of biodiversity on the territory where Karachaganak is located. Continuous attention is also given to raising the awareness of the personnel and the local population about implementation of the environmental protection programs.
Since 1998, KPO has invested $358 million in implementations of environment protection initiatives. Such projects are always executed in full compliance with the Republic of Kazakhstan legislation and regulations. Expectations of community regarding environmental issues are changing rapidly. Therefore, work aimed at preventing any environmental risks becomes more important. The resettlement of Berezovka and Bestau villages is an example of unprecedented and large-scale project. The decision to resettle was made by the government of Kazakhstan due to the expansion of the sanitary protection zone around the Karachaganak oil and gas condensate field. The project was carried out in full compliance with international norms and legislation of the Republic of Kazakhstan. The successful implementation of this task was ensured by close cooperation of KPO, which financed the project, with the local authorities, deputies and public organizations. During the resettlement, the interests and wishes of the residents of Berezovka and Bestau were taken into account. Some of them received apartments in Aksai, while others preferred private houses and moved to a new cottage village in the micro-district Araltal. Necessary infrastructure was created for the resettled people. A kindergarten and a school were built, roads and sidewalks were laid. Local authorities took care of their employment. In total, over 2,000 people were resettled. Only Kazakhstan companies were involved in this large-scale construction project, as well as in all social projects of KPO.
Over the past 20 years, Karachaganak has made a significant contribution to the social development of our region and gave local construction companies a wide opportunity to participate in these positive changes. The requirements of KPO for contracting companies always include quality, consistent and international standards, strict adherence to safety procedures and schedule. All this is ensured by the highest qualification of the personnel. Therefore, cooperation with KPO helped us master our skills, making us competitive, give us an opportunity to win tenders and thereby increasing our activities. We are grateful to KPO for creating additional jobs while ensuring the growth and professionalism and competency of our local staff.
Social projects funded by the investors of Karachaganak have been implemented in the WKO since 1998. Over these years, the schools, kindergartens, cultural centres, health and sport facilities, roads and engineering networks were built and renovated in the regional centre and rural districts. The list of projects is approved jointly with the local authorities, which ensures solving of the most pressing issues.
All the residents of WKO welcome the economic impact and positive influence of Karachaganak on the ongoing beneficial changes that are happening to our region. Today, KPO makes a huge contribution to large-scale construction activities in western Kazakhstan Oblast. Condition of automobile roads was one of the most pressing problems for a long time. The road boom of recent years changed the situation for the better. KPO participated in this process as well. People know, if something is built under KPO social program, it is beautiful, practical and durable.
KPO pays constant attention to cooperation with the local community, and this work has received international recognition. In December 2017, KPO participated in the 7th competition held by the RAEX rating agency, winning in the nomination The Best Report on Sustainable Development. Great prospects aimed at expanding the Karachaganak project and further sustainable development of the region lie ahead. Committed to the socially responsible partnership, KPO will continue striving for new impressive results for the benefit of the Republic of Kazakhstan, local community and the Karachaganak partners.